Welcome to Monkey and Frank. I'm Doe, and I want to continue my experiences with the mushroom and how it helped me with my depression, with the way I look at life, the way I see myself, and how I am able to be here and now as much as possible during the day, like all the time. That's my goal. Here and now, nothing else. Me and my body. The world's an illusion. I I want to see myself in everything. I want to see myself in everything, in the good and the bad. I want to carry it on my shoulder as if I'm carrying a cross. Like, seriously, I want to carry it all. Like, I don't want to be scared anymore. Honor, you know? When scares comes in, I carry it. And I'm like, hey, you're scared? It's all good. I got you. You're the body. You are the body. I am not the body. I am your awareness. I am the person behind that just sees and helps you create your reality. I am the awareness. You are the body. And through that work, through mother and the awareness, I get to grow. I get to, and I don't even know if that's true. I don't even know whatever I'm saying is just what I've chosen to do and what feels good and what is helping me. So let's get into it, man. So I'm going to talk about a trip that I did with 3.5 grams of Penis Envy. Take the mushroom. Oh my God. What the mushroom does to me, right away, it brings me to the ground. And I think to myself, I'm going to put some music, deep throat, Tibetan monk, really go inward. I didn't do too much. I felt like the previous trip before was not such of a success. It did. I cried a lot, which was very still not fun to do. I was crying with a lot of resistance, and I've noticed that with the body, if you cry with resistance, the snot is all sticky and it doesn't want to come out. If you cry with like an honesty and a purity of, being there for your body and allowing to flow, it's all clear and it's crazy. So my advice, but the point is difficult, right? So at this point, my first trip was a lot of crying and a lot of pain in my shoulder, nothing much else. But there was an awareness of the here and now that I was kind of seeing through the value of looking at my body, and I was seeing it more and more, and it was calming me because the more here and now I was, the inner monologue, the voice was very quiet unless otherwise triggered by really driving home every night, work, you name it. It was all over the place, but still I was seeing progress. I was seeing my mind going more into the meditation of when I take a deep breath in, saying I am love, and really taking every breath as if it matters. This, like when I'm doing these videos, I don't really take deep breaths, but this, and staying at the top, this one I do, if I'm not talking, that's my go-to. But at that time, it was not so, it was getting there. I was getting the knowledge. Spiritual knowledge from the mushroom, from my friends, from all of you guys, really. And I take 3.5 grams of Penis Envy. It brings me to the ground. I am seriously on the ground and I cannot move, and I am crying again. But this time it was pounding me. There was no lessons. There was no voice. It was the feeling. It took everything away and just pounded me to the ground with just me and my tears. And it felt like I was decaying. That's right. Everything was decaying. Everything. I would look at my hand and it would go into decay. I would look at my wife's face and it would decay. Everything would decay. And I was crying on the ground. I remember just lying there thinking, wow, time was not disappeared. I was still aware of time, but it had slowed to a crawl, and it was just a traumatic. Well, I was handling it like a champ, like I was crying. When you're crying, you're good. Cry. If all hell breaks loose in your mushroom trip, just try to cry, and it's gonna help you really. And the more you let go and have Kleenex, and you got this. You really really have your, you got this. But anyways, I was on the ground for like ever, and that was the trip. And then at the end of the trip, go outside, and I'm defeated. I'm really really defeated. And I take a joint, and I was really confused at that time because I was back smoking cannabis, and it's always been a problem. Not a When I was younger, because I was depressed and I was using it really as a self medication, which thank God. But as an adult, it was getting more and more confusing because I wanted to be cured. I wanted to have no trauma, right? I wanted to. That's why I was doing these ceremonies. They're not enjoyable. Like they were not enjoyable up to that point. Um, go outside, and I start smoking. And for a long time, my throat had been bothering me because of smoking, and because I was confused about cannabis, and now I was seeing it as the plant medicine as it was, which was a master plant, a plant that has so much healing. It talks to me, it takes care of me. Since Peru, this plant has modified my life for the better. Mother talks to me in my soul, saying like it's such a good positive influence on me. But there is a lot of trauma that I've created in the past for the way that I used it before Peru, right? So there was a lot of confusion about that. Growing up, my parents were not fond of this pot business, and they were unaware, they were scared, and like I am scared. And go outside, smoke, and as soon as I smoke, the pressure of the Penis Envy kind of lifts and says, all right. And it was raining, it was summer, it was very misty, very calm. I was sitting on the lawn chair looking in front at I've got a nice tree, and all of the little droplets on the tree turned into nice beautiful eyes, and the tree, cannabis, said hi to me, and I was like, oh, hi, like I needed you, because I was doing this silent mind thing. My archetypes were getting more and more silent. I was just getting more and more defeated at the idea that my suffering, what I felt in my stomach, the anxiety, the panic attack feeling in my shoulder and my neck, my body, tiredness, depression. And when I smoked cannabis, and I had taken a break of cannabis at that time too for, I don't know, 4 weeks or whatever. I wanted to see if the no cannabis was making me feel better, because I had been to Peru, I'd learned all the lesson. Maybe cannabis was the one that was bringing me down. And no, like the mushroom trip totally. When I was crying, I remember feeling the feeling of you're not doing what you want to do. You're limiting yourself. You're scared. Like let it out. You need to let all this trauma out. You've got tons, 38 years of accumulated trauma. Fucking cry. Go outside. Now my throat is bothering me. And I say to the guy, I love you so much, but you're fucking giving me cancer. You're going to give me cancer. You're going to kill me. And like her answer was like, well, look at me, right? Look at my love. And I looked at her love. It was very profound. Like it was not just these words in my mind. It was like, look at the entirety of your feelings about me. And I thought about it, and there was so much comfort there. There was so much love. There was so much connection with my cousin that passed away. And that was, anyways. And she says, look at your fear. And I look at my fear, and I see cancer. I see dying. I see flesh and my uncle and him dying, and I see all this pain. And she's like, just look at that, and look at this. And she's like, okay. And then I had both in my vision, and on each side. And she's like, okay, now put them together and see what happens. You be the witness, because I was really into, and I am really into here and now, right? And being the witness of your feeling and your whatever's going on. So she's like, be the witness of these two fighting it out and see what happens in the end, and see what the conclusion. As soon as they start fighting with each other, there was so much energy between those two things together. I jumped backwards in my awareness. My awareness just jumped backwards, and I saw these two as an entity, as separate, as if my feelings were really out, not even mine, like they were there. And I'm like, what the fuck? Sorry for the swearing. This is not for kids. I was like, what the fuck? And when I saw that, it brought me into an experience right away, as if I was on ayahuasca, as if Mother God had a plan for me to see this. And everything goes dark, and I hear screams everywhere. Every single point of entry in my eyes that is a light from my car from is all alive and screaming and dying and being in pain and suffering just like I was. And and just like my feelings were doing, they were fighting, and I was in pain and I was so frustrated. And I see everything, everything screaming, and darkness and dying and death and decay. And I put my hand to my throat where it was bothering me, and I see myself. It's as if my awareness and my imagination and my being was all one, and I could be all one at the same time. I was my body on the chair smoking a joint. I was me in a grass field, in this darkness of grass, where all the grass and all the light, all the grass were made out of light, and they were all alive. They were all individual souls, and they were all screaming in agony of dying and death and life. And I allowed it to happen. I just let myself die. And because in that death, in that screaming, I was screaming as well in agony, and I was fighting against all the fucking walls of my soul, my mind, everything. And I was fighting, fighting, fighting. And I just, when I was done fighting, and it was still hugging me, and everything was still dying together, and we were all dying together. So when I was fighting, they were all fighting with me too. They were all frustrated as much as I was. Everybody was. And I let myself die. And when I died, everything that was screaming in agony turned into life and started to sing, as if a joy, like, hey, we're all dying together, and we all died together. Look at that. And now we're here again, as if you can do this all the time. Die, die, die as much as you want. And that's going to be safe. And at the end of the rainbow, you're going to be able to see us and see. And so now I'm smoking a joint, and my tree is talking to me. I feel so much happiness, because for the first time in my life, it shows me a little bit of proof, even though it's the mushroom, it's the cannabis, I'm insane. This beautiful thing, this beautiful vision. And now I see really everything is really colorful, and it's dark outside, but I see my car is really colorful. Everything is sparkling, and everything is talking now. It's like I can't make them shut up. And one of them is like, hey, look at that, he's seeing us for the first time, welcome. And then thousands of voices, welcome, welcome, welcome. And then there's one asshole out there is like, look at this fucking idiot, he wakes up for the first time and he thinks he's king shit, and now he realized that he's not alone, and we're all in there. Like, there's nothing special about you, we all woke up, like. And and so there were people that were still pissed off, and it was amazing, because I was in amazement. I was like, what is good? And I just sat there listening at them and feeling the comfort. But that's my story. That's one of the story with mushroom. And that was insane. That was absolutely insane, and I'm so blessed. I am love. I am safe. I am enough. I am wise. I am blessed. I'm not this body. I'm not these thoughts. I'm not these feelings, but I am the awareness of these, and they need me. They need me as much as I need them. I am all of it, because I'm the awareness. So if I don't attach myself to them, I am. And thank you for you guys for the integration. Thank you for shame resilience. If you have a chance, talk about your shame to somebody that will listen, not give you advice, and not, just listen and give you the space to go through what you need to go through, and give you a hug, man. I love you guys.